Welcome to the Mystic Access Podcast,
where the magic is in learning.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the April 7th, 2020 episode of the Mystic Access Podcast. She's Kim.
He's Chris.
And we've got some things to talk about, a follow-up to our last podcast, and much, much more.
Yeah, we're going to stick with the same theme that we started last time and try to provide resources to help you during this time. We want to be pragmatic about that, but we also want to have fun because that's kind of how we work. We know that you want resources that are vital to you, but we also know that you want resources that are fun and will keep you entertained if you're home and bored, or if you're home and working and stressed, or if you're furloughed and super stressed. Whatever's going on with you, we know you want resources to make your life just a little easier and help you breathe just a little easier. That's where we come in. We want to try to provide a bit of that for you, and of course have some fun too.
Before we do that, though, we want to thank our first responders and the medical crews that are at the front of this pandemic here. Because
yeah, the people on the front lines, man.
they're the ones that are putting their lives at risk every single time they go out and they help other people. I've noticed, at least in my local area, they keep giving us numbers, and the numbers of policemen and firefighters that are contracting COVID-19 are going up.
Nurses, doctors.
Right. New York City, for example, if you look at the police force, the numbers are just outrageous. So we want to send our thank you to all of the men and women, the first responders. Everybody's included in that, so we don't want to name categories, but
sure, but you know, the people delivering us food, the
exactly.
people delivering us mail, I mean, the people who are doing housekeeping and hospitality for these places, keeping them open. We couldn't do this without any of you guys. You're keeping things going right now while the rest of us are locked down and risking yourselves and your families. It's just so emotional and so hard. I didn't cry watching the news until the day, I don't think it was last week, I think it was the week before last, as of recording of this, when the number that over 1,200 NYPD had contracted it. I mean, that just blew my mind.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy out there. But yes, that's so hugely important.
And everybody stay safe.
Please, please, do what they're telling you to do. Follow the rules. They're there for a reason. Whatever you think of them, it's very important, because this is so highly contagious, that we follow them and stay in lockdown to make sure that we do our part not to spread this further.
We just wanted to also remind people that you can get some free resources that are available in the next month or upcoming. One of them is going to be our April class, our free class. And we're going to talk a little bit about resources that are going to assist during this time. We're going to repeat some stuff that we talk about on the podcast, because not everybody that comes to the classes listens to the podcast and vice versa. So we are going to talk about some of those things. For example, the book that Kim and I wrote for National Braille Press, that is free until April 30th, along with two other books that we had mentioned in the podcast last time. But our free class is going to be on April 16th. It is usually the last Thursday in April, but we decided to push it up to the 16th to give us, as a community, time to join and then have time to use the resources. And some of them are free, as I said, and some of them do expire.
We're just going to expand on some of the podcast themes we've talked about. We're going to talk about really practical things you can do, and we're going to take your questions. So if you like the interactive aspect, we'd love for you to come and hang out and ask questions. Invite your friends. This will be public. We're going to share that information with you. It will be in the podcast show notes for this episode. Remember, though, the class is not until the 16th. It will also be in a news release that I put out sometime closer to the class. It's kind of going to be a lot of different information, so a variety of topics, but they're all related to staying connected, staying safe, and things you can do to make this time easier. We hope you will consider joining us for that. It will be recorded. We're going to do our best to get the downloads out as quickly as we can. Sometimes those do take us longer because there are only two of us. Sometimes we outsource them, but generally we do not in the case of our classes for various reasons. We'll do our best to get it out to you fairly soon, but we don't know exactly when that will be. So if you can come live and you want to join us, we'd love to have you.
In the assistive technology realm here, Freedom Scientific is giving a 90-day version of JAWS for people that need access to their computer during this time. So you go to freedomscientific.com and check that out. Dolphin, who we've worked with in the past, is also giving a trial or an extended trial of their character enlargement and screen reading software. And I believe Freedom Scientific is doing the same thing. So it's not just JAWS, it's Zoom Text and Fusion as well. So again, freedomscientific.com for the JAWS and Zoom Text products. And the Dolphin products, you can find them at yourdolphin.com.
And their screen reader is Supernova.
It is, yes.
In case you're looking for it specifically by name, so you can find it that way.
It's all in the theme of staying connected with each other during this time.
And staying connected with your work, too. If you're fortunate enough, as we are, to be able to continue your job, it's really important that you have the resources you need to make that happen from home. And if you are perhaps looking for some online work during this time, to make that easier, these are some things that could potentially be useful. Also, don't forget resources like Bookshare. Bookshare.org, great educational resource. If you're a student, you can get free access. You do have to sign up. There's a process involved. If you are not a student, it is $50 a year, and to my knowledge, it remains $50 right now. You'd still be paying that, but it is a great resource if you need educational resources or other resources at this time. There's a lot of information, and you can find out what is on Bookshare by visiting the site. So that's something to consider as well if you're looking for resources. Before we jump further into other resources, however, we do have kind of a fun thing that we'd like to let you know about if you would like to use some of our items as resources at a reduced cost.
Yes, on the weekend of April 11th, which is the Easter weekend for those that celebrate Easter, what we normally do is we have birthday sales. So starting the 10th of April, and running until midnight on Easter Sunday, we will be having discounts. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to enter any coupons. The sales will just come automatically. There are some things that won't be on sale. For example, the Blind Shell cell phone will not be on sale. So that will be a $349 product.
Right. The cases, however, will be on sale. So if you'd like to get your case at a slightly reduced price, you can do that. And we really talked about this. We really talked about, well, do we want to do this? Do we want to go ahead with the birthday sale? What do we want to do? And we decided, some of you may really want some resources right now. And why offer them at full price when we could give you a discount and have a little fun along the way? So we did decide to go ahead with the birthday sale. Hopefully you can find something enjoyable to get out of that experience while I'm eating Easter candy and celebrating my birthday. So we would love to have you participate in that if you are interested. It will be available to you, as Chris said. There's nothing you have to do. Everything that's on sale will just go on sale automatically.
Some things that you can get for free, like SiriusXM, for example, that will allow you to stay connected and listen to the news, listen to music, listen to old-time radio, stuff like that you can do. SiriusXM is currently giving away the ability to stream those stations until, I believe it's May 15th.
It is. It's the 15th. And that just happened yesterday, which was March 31st. We're recording this on the 1st of April. And so that just became available for free. To get there, if you don't have a SiriusXM account and you want to try this out, you can go to SiriusXM, and it's Sirius like the star, SiriusXM.com/stream free. And that's all one word. Stream, STREAMFREE. That will give you the information. You can create an account, and you'll just need an email address. You'll need to put in your phone number, your zip code, and it will then send you an email. You will set up a password, and you'll have free access through May 15th. Now, what's good about this is you get news. You can strictly listen to a station about coronavirus updates if you want that. As Chris says, you've got a lot of options: comedy, old-time radio, lots of music, lots of news, lots of different things. So no matter what you like, this is a possibility for you. Let's actually take a look and see what this is like. So I'm going to show you the app, and we're going to take a peep here. And I've not actually done this prior to recording, so I haven't seen this app in a long time. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like. And I'm using the iOS app, and you'll be hearing the Ava voice.
App switcher. Messages. Sirius XM. Active. Sign in. Sirius XM. Email/username. Email/username. Text field. Enter your email or username. Double tap to edit.
When I did this, I went to the website, filled in the information, and then I was able to come back to the app, and it's asking me for the information.
Email/username.
And that is the first thing on the page when you come in here. So I'm going to double tap.
Email/username. Text field is editing.
And it tells me it's editing, and now I'm going to enter that information.
Go.
So I can double tap go here. I'm still in the email address field.
Go. Sign in. Dimmed. Button. Password. Email/username.
In this case, it did not do what I thought it would do, so I maybe should not have done that. But I can now just move to the password field.
Password. Password. Secure text field. Enter your password. Double tap to edit.
So I'm going to go in here.
Password. Secure text field is editing.
And now I'm going
Enter
to
your
the password.
password.
And now I'm going to find my sign in button.
Sign in. Forgot your password? Sign in. Button.
There it is. I was
Sign
close.
in to Sirius XM.
And it gives me more information right there, so I'm going to double tap this.
Sign in. Email/username. Devices alert. Would you selected for you button.
And I think I have an alert somewhere up here.
Notification settings can be updated in your settings at any time. Allow notifications button.
Here it wants me to allow notifications.
Allow notifications. Would you like to save this password in your keychain? You can view and remove save password. Not now button. Selected for you button.
I am now in the app.
Selected for you button.
We have for you,
Music button.
music.
Sports button. News button. Talk button.
I'm just flicking right.
Howard Stern button. CH 121, Sirius XM 121 button. CH 105, She's So Funny button.
And these are, I guess, in the for you category.
CH 56, Today's Country Hits, popular. CH 2, Today's Pop Hits, popular button. Popular in your area. Channel 8, 38 Special, Hold On Loosely, 81 button.
I used to love that song. I've not heard that in decades.
Channel 7, Guess Who, American Woman, 70 button.
So this is very accessible. This is really nice.
Yesterday bullet 2 meters, Howard Sirius XM announcement button. Channel 101, Sternthology, 01 Beetlejuice button.
So this gives an idea. Let's see what else is here.
Your favorite channels, shows, and episodes. Tab 2 of 5.
I'm just looking at the tabs along the bottom.
Selected. Discover. Tab 1 of 5.
That's Discover.
Your favorite channels, shows, and episodes. Tab 2 of 5.
There are your favorite shows, channels, and episodes.
Your recently played items. Tab 3 of 5. Search. Tab 4 of 5.
There's search.
Tab bar underscore settings. Tab 5 of 5.
And there is settings. So let's go back up to...
CH2. CH 105. Select.
Here we go. I was trying to get this top row.
Selected. For you. Music. Button.
Let's go to music.
Music.
And let's see if it says it's selected now.
Selected. Music. Button.
It does not, so I'm not sure whether or not it actually selected this.
Allow notifications. Button.
Oh, I just did this.
Alert. Sirius XM would like to send you notification. Don't
Fine.
allow. Allow. Button. Selected. For you. Button.
So let's try this again now.
Music. Button. Selected. Music.
There we go. That's how I would have expected it to behave. So sometimes you got to make sure you've allowed everything that you need to allow.
Insight timer.
So if I tap kind of in the middle of the screen,
Extra channels. Over 100 music channels geared to every mood, occasion, and taste.
I get this information.
Check them out. Button.
I can check them out,
Dismiss. Button.
or I can dismiss, which is what I'm going to do right now.
Dismiss. Channel 56. Ashley McBride. Martha Devine. Button.
It's giving me information here.
View all. Button. On air now.
I'm just flicking left.
CH 106 bullet earlier today. Stars in the House with Seth Rudetsky and James Wesley. Button. CH 4. Music to energize your soul. Button. CH 30. Billy Joel's music. 24/7. Button. CH 176. Dave Matthews Band Radio. Button. Howard Stern. button. Talk, button.
So now I'm back to the categories, and I was just flicking left. I'm going to tap kind of near the bottom of the screen, kind of in the middle of the row.
Channel 56, Ashley McBride, Martha Devine, button.
And that's about where we were.
Channel 2, Ed Sheeran / Camila Cabello / Cardi B, South of the Border, button.
This must be what's playing currently on these
W,
channels.
Channel 8, Talk, It's My Life, 84, button.
And
Channel
it even
7,
shows you the
Walter
year on
Egan,
that one.
Magnet and Steel, 78, button.
Yeah, like this one.
Channel 7, Walter Egan, Magnet and Steel, 78, button. Channel 25, Foreigner, Hot Blooded, button.
Since Chris loves Foreigner, we have to go here.
Channel 25, Foreigner, OK, button.
So it begins to play.
Create customized commercial-free music stations based on the artist you're listening to. Give songs a thumbs up to hear more songs from artists you love. Introducing personalized stations powered by Pandora.
So it's giving me
Go live, button.
this information.
Devices available.
Devices available. So I'm going to say
View all, button. Related content. OK, button. OK. Track position, 10 a.m. of 11 a.m. Back 1 hour, button. Main title now playing navigation type restricted NPL type devices available.
Now I did a 2-finger double tap on the screen to stop, but I want to see what else is here.
Go live, button.
There's Go Live.
Related content.
Related content.
View all, button. Skip forward, button.
I can skip forward.
Channel 715, Bon Jovi, You Give Love a Bad Name, button.
So this must be related content.
Channel 7, Walter Egan, Channel 704, Tony Basil, Mickey, button.
Oh, come on.
Channel 704, Tony Basil, back 1 hour, button.
So now it's put me back over here on this 1 hour.
Main title now playing
And I'm just stopping the content. I just want to see if there's a player here.
Your recently played items, tab, 3 of 5.
So I'm on the tabs. I'm going to flick left.
Your favorite discover, tab, view all, button. Channel 19, Elvis Presley, Stranger in the Crowd, button.
We've got Elvis.
Channel 38, Def Leppard, High and Dry, Saturday Night, Live, button.
So we've got lots of things here. I don't see
Channel 19, Elvis Presley, Tony Basil, Mickey, Tony.
a player anywhere. So what I want to try to do is see if I can get back to music.
I would probably do the go live button.
Yeah, let me see.
Track position, 10 a.m. button.
There's an unlabeled
Tony
button.
Basil, Mickey, 70s/80s pop, 70s/80s pop.
That
Button.
must be what this is.
CH704, dimmed, button. Next, button.
There's
There's
player.
next. So
Previous, button.
and previous.
Favorite unselected, button.
I can favorite it. I do not know how I got here though.
Minimize, button.
I can minimize this.
Button.
There's another unlabeled.
Button. Skip back, play, button.
Here it
Skip
is.
forward, channel 750, channel 25, Foreigner, hot,
So there's where we were with Foreigner.
skip play, skip back, button. Related content. Go live,
Here we
button.
go. Let's see what
Go
this does.
live. Live, dimmed, button.
So it says live dim.
Related content. Live, dim, devices available. Main title now playing, back 1 hour, button. Track position, 11 a.m. of, button. Funkadelic, One Nation Under a Groove Part 1. Funkadelic, One Nation Under a Groove Part 1.
There's your song.
70s/80s pop. CH704. Next, button. Previous, button. Favorite unselected, minimize, button, button.
So we know somewhere around here,
Channel 25, channel
is a
24,
player.
search, tab, 4.
probably if I played with this for an hour, I could figure out where things live.
And there definitely was a player.
Because I found it a minute ago.
11:05 a.m.
Let's do this. I'm going to use
Track position, 11 a.m.
fingers.
of, button,
to go to the top of the screen.
button.
And let's see if this is the back button.
Close,
Ta-da!
button.
No, what do we do
Main
here?
title __hit CH704. A sweet mixtape of party hits from the 70s and 80s. 2
All right.
decades of songs that rocked the docks and ruled the pools. A perfect
This
mashup
tells
of
me-
anthems that can get you fist pumping in the air.
What the channel is about. So essentially
Channel
I opened
schedule,
a
button.
thing about the channel. We've got a schedule
On
here.
air, 70s/80s pop.
This is on air.
Button. Today bullet 12 a.m. 12 a.m.
And here's the schedule. So
Close.
I'm going to go back to the
close button.
close button.
Button. Minimize button.
And I'm going to minimize.
Minimize. For you button.
There we go.
Selected. Music
Now
button.
I'm going to flick through here past these categories at the top.
Sport. News. Talk. Howard Stern. CH176, Dave Matthews Band Radio, button.
And I'm trying to see a rhyme or reason to the music.
CH30, Billy Joel's Music, 24, CH4, Music to Energize Your Soul, button. On air now.
Now we're at on air now. It would be nice if these were headings.
View all, button.
Because I don't know how to view categories for the channels.
Channel 56, Channel 2, Ed Sheeran / Camila. Channel 8, Talk.
This stuff that we're seeing right now, we were also seeing 8 or 9 minutes ago, so this stuff still isn't live on air. I'm going to just pause this for a moment and flick through and see if I can get any more info here. So as I continue to move forward, I see work at home music,
View all, button.
which is kind of cool.
Extra channel, instrumental chill music, button.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Tells you extra channels. Now, I think one reason why I might be seeing them this way is this is all just featured stuff.
Your favorite channels, shows,
let's
and
see
episodes.
something.
Your recently played items. Search, tab. 4 of
Let's go to the
selected.
search tab.
Search, tab. 4 of pop, button.
And this is how you find your channels. So we have categories up here.
Categories, extra channels, button. Videos, button. All channels, button. Browse. Search artist, channel, or show.
You can also search.
Field. Double tap to edit.
And that's at the top
Search artist, channel.
left of the screen. So if I continue to flick right
Browse.
now,
All channels, button. Videos, button. Extra channels, categories. Pop, rock, Howard Stern, country, sports talk, comedy, news / public radio, button. Hip hop / R&B, entertainment, jazz / standards, dance / electronic, politics / issues, Christian, NHL play-by-play, family, button.
and I could just go on and on. But let's open one of these categories up.
Country, button.
Okay, well,
Country, March 30th, 2020. Bullet 3 meters. Joe Diffie dies from coronavirus. New, button.
and a sombering reminder of the times.
CH58, 80s/90s country hits, popular. CH61, 2000s country hits, popular. CH57, Kenny Chesney's Music Channel, button.
So here are your
CH55,
channels.
Garth Brooks.
And a mix of news as well.
CH56, at the Highway, The Storm Warren Show, Today's Country Hits, button.
So it gives you an idea of what is here in terms of that stuff. So you've actually got some really cool ways to find things.
Back arrow, button.
And when you're done browsing, you can go
Back arrow,
back.
country, button.
And it puts me back where I was in the page, which is also great. It didn't take me back to the top, which is nice.
For those that use your virtual assistants, you can access SiriusXM using either your Amazon Echo or your Google Home. So if you don't have an iOS device or an Android device, you don't have to do that. You can also do it on the web if you so choose to. You can play your SiriusXM on the web.
Just know that if you're going to do that, you still need to go through this login process. You can't do it without an account. So you need to make sure that you've created your account first. Then if you're using an assistant, you'll need to log in using your assistant with your new SiriusXM account creds.
The other thing to note is if you have a Google Home and you have not activated an existing account that you paid for or the free account, they actually have a 90-day trial that's included in the Google Home. So you can actually get 3 months of SiriusXM for free instead of the cutoff of May 15th. So that's just something to note as well.
Yeah, they might not let you do that though if you're not a new customer. This may be considered a new customer. So if you sign up for this first,
Right.
it may exclude you from that. You might need to just pick which of those you want.
And again, that's only on the Google Home. That's not on anything else.
Right. So that's just a little tour of the app. The Android app is very similar from what I understand. I haven't played with it lately, but I've talked to friends who are obsessive about their SiriusXM, and I'm pretty sure the apps are pretty much twinsies, except for the tabs along the bottom, which you don't get with Android anyway. You'll just have the navigation drawer or button at the top. It may say things a little differently depending on the app. And you'll open it up and all your, quote, tabbed content, quote, should be in there.
At the beginning of the year, we did a demonstration on an app called Motivation, and it was where Kim, Lisa, and I were involved, and we shared our thoughts on the Motivation app. The company that created the Motivation app has a couple of other apps. They're quite crazy, actually, in what they have. And one is a facts app so that you can learn about different facts. I can't think of any offhand, but it shows you, different facts. You get notified of those, which I think is kind of handy. And it works the same way as the motivation app. You set reminders and things like that. You can share your facts with other people, and you can just have a good time learning about stuff. There is a paid option as well as a free option for all of these apps. There is a monthly and an annual and a lifetime membership. I think the lifetime membership is somewhere around $30 for any one of these apps. And there's a few. There's the motivation app, there's the facts app, and there's another one that I like, especially during these times. It is an app called LMAO, Laugh My App, APP off. So it's Laugh My App Off. And what's kind of cool about this is it can tell you jokes during the day. And if you have a watch, which is kind of cool, it comes up as jokes for the notification. So you know that the notification is from the jokes or LMAO app. Open LMAO.
Maui, that awkward moment when you leave a store without buying anything and all you can fake is act natural. You're innocent.
Now I'm just going to flick to the right.
Dislike button.
I can dislike it.
Love button.
I can
Possibly heart.
love it.
Save button.
I can save it to my own collection.
Share button. Possibly share.
I can share it via your standard method, text message, email, things like that.
Alter voice button. Possibly speaker.
And this is called speaker. So what happens if I double tap this, you might ask?
Alter
That
voice.
awkward moment when you leave a store without buying anything and all you can think is act natural. You're innocent.
Categories button.
And here is a button where you have categories.
New.
There's new,
Themes button.
and there's themes.
Reminders button.
That's how you set up your reminders.
More button.
There's more for settings.
Categories.
And now we're back to categories.
Themes. Reminder. More.
Now I'm going to go to the top.
Smallville. 303 Wi-Fi. That awkward moment when you leave a store without buying anything.
There's the joke. Now if I double tap the joke,
That awkward moment when you leave a store without buying anything and all you can fake is act natural. You're innocent. App switcher. Maui. Active. App switcher.
open LMAO.
Maui. Dislike. But I'm naming my TV remote Waldo for obvious reasons.
I'm naming my TV Waldo for obvious reasons. So
The
I
remote. So
Yes.
you could always say, "Where's Waldo?"
Where's
Aw.
Waldo?
If you're too young, you don't get that joke at all, but that's okay. We'll forgive you.
And of course,
Very good
this
work.
is the demo syndrome. You're trying to show things that worked yesterday but are not working today. When I double tap that joke, it has and does change. So let me see. Maybe I have to actually like it or love it or something. Let me see what happens.
Love button. Possibly select.
Yeah, that one's good. You should love that one.
I'm naming my TV remote. Dislike. Selected. Love. But save button.
Let's save this.
Cancel button. Add new button.
Yeah, it wants to save it as a category. For some reason, it's not
I think it wants
working.
to save it in a category.
Right.
Add to collect. You don't have any collections yet.
See,
Collections group jokes you save together, like jokes to tell my friends or jokes that cheer me up. Create collection button.
Let's
so you
create
can create a
collection.
collection, which is kind of cool.
He's editing my new collection.
Jokes that cheer me up.
Inserted jokes that cheer me up. Save button.
We're going to save it.
I'm naming my TV remote Waldo for obvious reasons.
Now let's see if we can double tap that.
I'm naming my TV remote Waldo for
Nope.
obvious. Dislike. I'm naming my TV remote.
You can't.
I can't.
But you have a new collection that you can add stuff to.
I do. What's really cool about it when it does work is it will change the joke.
The other cool thing is this is premium stuff. Like what Chris just did with the new collection and stuff, you can't do that for free. But you do still get a really nice idea of what's available. And I know we've linked to these apps in a podcast before, but I will link to them again because they are absolutely awesome. They're available for Android and iOS. There is some difference in what you can get from this developer, but I'm happy to give them $30 every few months to get a new one of these for premium because they're awesome. Let me show you one that I have while we're doing this for free. I haven't bought this yet, and I don't know that I want this one for premium or not. I haven't decided yet, but it is cool. It's kind of along the same lines as this. It's by the same company. It's their affirmations app. So I'm in my app switcher,
I am. Swipe up with 3 fingers to close the app.
and I can activate it from here. It's called I Am.
I am.
These are essentially affirmations that it will, again, give you just like with Chris's app at multiple times during the day.
I am happy.
So this one says, I'm happy. The screen looks similar to what Chris's does.
Dislike. Button. Love. Button. Save. Button. Share. Button. I am. button. Categories, button. New. Themes, button. New. Practice, button.
Now that's different. That says practice.
Reminders, button.
There's reminders.
More, button.
More.
New.
And again, we have some repeat.
Categories. Themes. Practice. Reminders. More. More.
So that's the screen. So I want to go back to practice.
I am happy. Themes. Button. New. Practice. Button.
And we're not leaving all my swipes in here, but this gives an idea.
Cancel. Button.
So if I go into practice.
Practice affirmations. Heading. With regular practice, affirmations alter your brain so that you think differently and feel better.
And it gives me some tips here.
My own affirmations. My favorites.
And it gives you ways you can go in and check out your favorites.
Self-care. Personal growth.
So there's lots of
Stress and anxiety.
categories and things here. So let's pick stress
Close.
and anxiety.
Button. Read each affirmation, focusing on the meaning. Internalize it. Repeat. 4:51.
Looky here.
Progress. 26%. Progress. 40%.
It has a little
66%.
thing here.
4:39. I have the power to defeat my depression.
And watch. I moved left. I found it.
I am breathing slowly.
It's doing this. I'm not touching it. So it gives you time to say the affirmations. And then it'll give you
I can overcome any obstacle.
a new one. It's pretty cool. It's a neat little thing. And this is just my TTS reading it. So I assume it's just changing on the screen. And it's probably about 30 seconds or so between them.
Screen dimmed.
And I don't know if it's going to give me the next one before it goes off. But
Close. I accept compliments.
I can move left and right also
Close. Button.
to get to it.
Stress and anxiety.
So I just closed that.
Practice affirmations. Heading.
I'm going to
Cancel.
go
Button.
to cancel from here to get out of this.
I am happy.
There's I am happy.
I am happy.
And guess what, Chris? It's not just you.
I am happy. I am happy.
wonder
I
if
can't
it's
do it either.
13.4 because I know
Yeah,
I
I'm not sure.
recently
13.4
just
has some
did
weird.
that.
Let me see something.
I am happy.
Nope, that doesn't do it either. I tried a long press. That doesn't work either.
I am
So,
happy.
that isn't working. But yes, I agree with you. This did once work. It's a really cool concept, though. They have awesome apps. I think there's a biblical one where you can get like verses. There are all kinds of them. And of course, the motivation app that we discussed on a previous podcast as well. So there's a lot of these, and they're all super cool. And as you saw from our two demos, they each have different things. So Chris's has that little speaker, and mine has the thing where you can actually get affirmations kind of beamed to you on the screen, and you can say your affirmations. So it's just a cool company. They do awesome stuff. So it may be a cool company to support during this to help you stay a little saner. I want to mention another resource real quick. If you are not a subscriber to CBS All Access, they are also offering a free month trial to any non-subscriber. So if you have not ever subscribed to that and you want a free month, you can do that through CBS All Access. So you want to make sure that you download the correct app, because there's a CBS app and a CBS All Access app. So you want to make sure you get the right one, and then you can do that. So you can access lots of stuff, including your live CBS affiliate. But even cooler, I think, you can access like 20 years worth of shows or more from CBS, which is really neat. So if there's stuff you used to love and you'd like to go back and see most of it with a really nice accessible interface, you have the ability to do that for free for a month right now. So this just in, Chris just found a news article from Mashable.
Yeah, that was dated yesterday, March 31st,
So March
as we're
31st.
recording this podcast. And it says that CBS All Access has extended its free trial to 2 months.
So even better, guys. So if you're a fan of some CBS shows, that could be a super fun way to watch stuff from the network over many, many years worth of shows. And it's really nicely accessible as well. So it would be a pleasure to use if you're into such things.
Before we go, we talked about food delivery services in our book from National Braille Press and a couple of podcasts. We talked about food delivery services such as Instacart, Shipt, Grubhub, and all that. But if you don't have those services, you can still get food delivered to you directly. We purchased meals from an online site called Top Chef Meals. What they do is they cook your meal and then they flash freeze your meal and they send it to you so that you have meals that you can reheat that are already pre-cooked. Be prepared for an insert.
Welcome to our insert, all about Top Chef meals. let's talk a little bit about the website because it is so nice. As we mentioned later in this podcast, you have the ability to change your sides. So with each meal, you get a veggie and a starch, and you can change them. And they're combo boxes, so it makes it really, really easy to do that. Everything is nicely labeled. I think I've ever only seen one unlabeled button on the entire website. It is just a super nice site. It's a very nice experience. There's heading nav. There's a lot of information. The menu is a link, so when you go to the top of the site, you will quickly see a menu link as you arrow down, and you can get straight to the full menu. And you'll find breakfasts, dinners, and desserts. Now, that being said, on to the actual delivery of our goodies.
Before we continue with the delivery of the goodies, in order to get to your account, it's a little weird because
Yes,
there
that's
is
a good
no
point.
account link. You have to go to the cart or whatever says 0 or 10 or whatever many items you have in your cart. You have to go there in order to view your cart. There is no My Account link or anything like that.
Once you go to your cart, you can then find your dashboard. That's a good place to go. If you're logged out, it'll allow you to log in, so you'll see like a login link. That's one of the tricky things that you need to know to make sure things are happening as they should. Now, in the email notifications on the account that you can sign up for, I had deliveries turned on, but I didn't get anything. Did you get anything?
I did not.
So that could just be because of the times and everything that's going on. Because my order never said it was shipped either. It just said paid or received or something like that when I went into my order history.
But you also have a tracking number. So you instantly get a tracking
Yes.
number when your order is placed.
Yeah, that part's awesome because you immediately can check that, reference that at any time. Because I never got anything saying, hey, your order has been shipped. But I knew the date that my order was supposed to be shipped on. And then I was able to go and track it using the tracking number, and it did come on time. That was fantastic. That worked out great. So I got mine about 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Because Chris and I both ordered more than 21 items, so 21 is your magic number, you get multiple boxes. So if you order more than 21, you get multiple boxes. And they are big boxes, so you need to be prepared.
One thing I'm going to mention too, because of the times that we're in, is they suggest, and not Top Chef meals, but things that I've seen online, they suggest that you wipe your boxes off with disinfectant and, if possible, leave the outer box outside. So
With these, that would be very hard to do.
right, because you would be emptying and emptying and emptying. I suppose it's possible you could leave the outer box outside. At least I could.
You could. I couldn't because I don't have a roofed porch, so I have nowhere really to leave an outer box outside. My porch doesn't have a roof on it. It would get rained on. So I'm not really willing to leave rotting cardboard outside close to my house.
Right.
So I didn't really have an option. But yes, there are plenty of good instructional articles online. We'll link to one. There's one on the Kim Commando site that's very good. Gives you a lot of really good info about how to deal with packages that arrive. So I'll make a point to link to that in the show notes. But yeah, these boxes are huge, and disinfecting them is probably a very smart idea, especially from this company because it's coming from NYC. So you want to be safe. They're a food company. They're obviously going to do their best to make sure that your stuff is perfectly perfect. So they're taped and taped and taped and taped to make sure that nothing is going to come out of these boxes. And then there are boxes within the boxes. At some point, there was probably some ice between those boxes.
Right. I didn't have any dry ice in my boxes. My boxes were empty.
I didn't
but
either.
when I opened up the box, everything was still cold and frozen.
That's what happened to me too. So clearly there was ice in there at some point as they were traveling to us. So there's a lot of stuff you'll have to take out in order to get to your dinners down below. And the dinners themselves, or the food itself, comes in little cardboard sleeves. So each one is in its own separate cardboard sleeve. Within that cardboard sleeve, you'll find a plastic tray with one or more compartments in the plastic tray. I guess most of them probably have 2 compartments at least because they come with a main course, a veggie, and a starch. Each of these trays, they look like TV dinner trays that you may have seen in the past, and they have like a cellophane wrapping over the top. And what you're supposed to do, there's cooking instructions on the website, but what you're supposed to do is essentially cook them for about 2 minutes. I think I did 2.5 for mine, and I essentially just vented it and cooked it. Now, one thing I learned was when you open these trays up and get them in your freezer, which does take a little doing because you do have 2 big separate boxes to open up. And one of my boxes, I don't know if this happened to you, but one of my boxes had another sealed box inside it.
It did, yes.
So that was kind of an interesting thing too. It does take some doing to unwrap them, but I would much rather have them ready to go and put them all away before I kind of begin any kind of prep. And they're also in really nice insulated, there's these fluffy insulated, I don't even know what you call those things, but they're wrappers essentially. They're fluffy, they're made out of some insulation material within the boxes as well. And I'm sure those can be reused, recycled, something like that. The food trays themselves, I believe, are also completely recyclable, which is nice. So that's a little less waste as well. But the food trays, if you open them up, you may, as I did yesterday, find something else within your food tray. So, for instance, in mine, there was a little plastic dish, and it ended up having a really delicious sauce in it. And I just ended up eating that separately, just a smidge.
Mine was little saltine crackers, and they were in the cellophane wrapped in their own cellophane. So when you pull the wrapper off, mine had little crackers in them, and I didn't realize it. I nuked them, no harm done, but you might not want to nuke your crackers. But it is what it is, and you trial and you learn, and I just figured that because I couldn't feel any dish like Kim was talking about, I just assumed that the meal was there. And I just did what I would like to call mystery treats and just pulled the first box out that I decided that I wanted to eat, and that's what it was. So I had no idea what I was eating until it was cooked and I was eating it. But I couldn't feel the fact that the crackers were there. So I just nuked them. My meal was a nice chicken noodle soup with the little crackers. So I got the chicken noodle soup with the crackers, and they were nice, huge pieces of chicken. Nice noodles. It kind of tasted to me like chicken noodle soup that my mother would have made when I was a kid growing up. It wasn't a canned soup, if you will. Like sometimes with the canned soups, you can totally taste the sodium within the canned soup. It was not like that at all. It was like your mother made a nice big pot of soup, threw it on the stove,
Simmered it for
up.
hours and hours.
Exactly.
Hours.
And put it in the bowl, and there you go. There was your soup.
Mine was a Dijon chicken, and the sauce was actually my Dijon sauce that you could pour over your chicken. And I got 2 big pieces of chicken and spinach and rice pilaf, or what appeared to be rice pilaf. The description on the website actually said it was lentil rice. It was amazing, whatever it was. It was awesome. I could have eaten the rice all day long. The chicken was juicy and tender and delicious. The Dijon sauce was scrumptious. My spinach was scrumptious. It was awesome. It was just such a nice meal. Everything was just very well balanced, very, very nice, really delicious. Now, that's one thing to note about my meal is my meal was something that came out of a section they have called seasonal. I don't know if it's like seasonal specials or seasonal something. And what I discovered when I went back to the site last night, because I was going to try and find out exactly what this meal was called, and they've changed. So even since we ordered, they've changed their seasonal things to something else. So you could get these seasonal things. So the thing I got, my Dijon chicken, is no longer available. They have Dijon salmon that you can get, but the Dijon chicken is not available anymore, at least not at this point. That was kind of a fun, cool thing. Now, you might be wondering, okay, how did you know it was your Dijon chicken? Well, I did it the same way Chris did it. I had 22 meals. Each of us bought 22 meals because we were hungry and we knew we were going to be stuck at home for a while. And neither of us really wants to take the time to cook after sometimes 16-hour days of MA. So we both ordered 22 meals to get us through for a bit. And I essentially took meal number 22 after putting the rest in my freezer and threw it in the microwave and nuked it. So that is how I knew. But what we'd like to do for you now is we're going to pause this and we're going to actually find out a little bit more about these boxes for you so we can give you a little more information about what we're talking about here.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use Aira and have an Aira agent describe the box of one of the dinners that I'm going to have for lunch.
Thank you for calling Aira. What would you like to do today?
Yes, I was wondering if you could describe to me the packaging of this meal. First of all, what it is, and if you can
Of course.
Can you see it?
It is. Yeah, it's. Could you rotate it to the right? Oh, now it's upside down. So 180, please.
Got it. There we go.
Perfect. It says Top Chef meals prepared fresh to order, premium line, chicken cordon bleu with smashed red skin potatoes with butter and spinach. It has the calorie facts. It's a little hard to see. I'd have to take a picture. Best heating instructions inside shipping box. Microwave high for 90 seconds. Oven is 325 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And it says, produce top shelf meals. And it just repeats at the bottom, best before April 28th, 2020.
Okay, so basically they're saying you better eat them and you better eat them real quick.
It's better fresh, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, and it
don't-
is. Mhm.
Continue. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say that's what it is. They're fresh meals and
awesome.
they're frozen. They flash freeze them before they leave.
Oh,
So,
that's interesting.
so literally all you're doing is heating them up, and there you go, good to go.
Perfect. There is imagery of dishes, but I don't think it's reflecting the chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah, it's
I see,
probably.
like figs or maybe pears and
Hmm.
steak. So yeah.
Cool. This is just the sleeve. I'm going to just,
Oh,
for the
okay.
sake of doing so, you'll probably want lunch now, but
No.
let's see. So I've just taken that out,
Okay.
and can you tell me what that is too? I mean, it's just your.
It has crystallization on it, but it is the smaller end, so it's probably one of the sides. I do see the chicken next to it.
And I also feel some kind of a round thing right here, which is
Oh, I believe that's the gravy for the smashed potatoes.
awesome.
Okay, it's a little. It might be a little container. It looks like.
Yeah, it feels like it through the cellophane. So
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Enjoy your meal.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Thank you so very much, and you have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
So now we know what Chris is having for lunch.
Yes, we do.
The other thing to note, as you heard in the conversation with the lovely agent we spoke to, and we took her name out for privacy's sake, even though it was just her first name, you heard her talk about the premium line. So there are various lines that we've got as part of this. There's like the regular one, which is like $8.99. Chris got some prime ribs somewhere in there, didn't you? It's like
Somewhere,
15
yeah.
bucks. There's different lines also based on what you get. I meant to get crab cakes, and I don't think I actually did because I ended up deleting my entire cart and putting things back again because there were new things I wanted to try. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of chicken dishes. A lot of chicken dishes. But there's also lots of seafood. There's salmon, there's shrimp, there's flounder, there's lobster, there's like surf and turf, pork chops, tenderloin, turkey. So all kinds of different things that you can enjoy. And of course there's pasta as well, if that's your thing. You've got a whole lot of meals. I think there are over 50 meals to choose from, which just gives you a nice variety. And the other really nice thing is this is not a subscription. So you can order whenever you want.
Yes, that is a nice thing because we get ourselves into these subscription things, and it's all in good sometimes that it's going to come and it's going to come on a schedule, but you may not want these to come on a schedule. So you want to buy what you want when you want them. Maybe in 2 weeks I might decide to buy more, or maybe in 6 months I might decide to buy more. So some of these things we try just to see how they work. And you will also want to make sure that you can cancel, if it's a subscription based product, that you can cancel it independently yourself.
Now, the other thing about some of these, because they are freshly made for you to order, essentially they're made and they're shipped the next day. So they're flash frozen and they're shipped to you the next day after they're made, which is why they're so awesome, because they were just made. The thing to remember, though, is that with a lot of these, you're not going to get any kind of barcode, anything like that. So in order to know what you're eating, you need to come up with a system. You either need to call Ira or Be My Eyes or something like that. You can try to scan the box. Actually, that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to go get a box, and I'm going to see if I can scan it. We might not be able to hear it, but I'm going to try that. Okay, guys, here's the good news. If you have something like VoiceStream Scanner, which is now in beta for Android as well, is it available, or is it just the beta available now?
I think it might be still in beta.
Anyway, it's coming. So if you have an Android device, you'll be able to get it. It's a really good option. The thing about it is there's a rectangular label on the top of the container, and if you can get that rectangular label to scan properly, you can get a really nice idea. It's actually reading to me, so I'm going to try and get it back here. I'm going to turn it up first.
484 fat.
Okay,
120.
now I'm going to play it again. I paused it. I now want to rewind.
Top Chef meals prepared fresh to order. Premium line. Chicken fajitas with herbed brown rice with dried cranberries with California blend calories. 484 fat. 129 sodium. 118 milligrams carbs. 53 grams sugars. 7 grams protein. 41 grams. www. Best eating. Instructions inside shipping box. Microwave, high for 90 seconds. Oven, 325 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. Produced by Top Chef Meals, 175 Clearbrook Road, Elmsford, New York, 10523, 800, 616-8044, order LD, 86712, street before April 28, 2020. Premium line, chicken fajitas with herbs, brown rice.
I mean, that kind of blows my mind that I got that good a scan. That was, I think, my third attempt, but I got a really good scan that time, and we got calories, we got fat, we got everything on the label. That just makes me all kinds of happy, you guys. Now, these are not cheap. You got to know that going in. But they are some of the cheapest that we have found in terms of these online meal delivery services. I think the most expensive thing was what you got, and you paid like $15 for the prime rib, right?
I think I've seen something for 16 and something else for 17, but these are meals. Think of it
we're
this
talking
way.
filet mignon, guys. So,
Right.
you know.
But think of it this way, right? If you go into a restaurant, you're going to be paying $10 for this meal. And also think of it this way too. Pretend you've gone to the restaurant and it's your carry-out bag. It's your take-home bag. Or in today's climate, it's you're literally going to the restaurant and taking it out and bringing it home and eating it. That's what it is, and it's nice that you have, as the IRA agent and the scan both said, you have a best used by date. And it's not a year and a half into the future. It's pretty much by the end of the month. So when you buy these, you better want to eat them.
Absolutely. Put them in the freezer when you first get them. Take them out. Heat them up. You're good to go. I mean, that was a really good scan I got. It was probably 90% accurate. There were a few things that I know I didn't get that didn't seem to scan from the label, just because you could hear half words and things. But for the most part, that was a great scan, and you really get a lot of good information. That's all the info I really would have wanted to know about the meal. So far, we are very impressed, and each of us spent less than $200 to get 22 meals. That's not bad.
No, it's not. It's pretty much, if you do it carefully, it's a month's worth of food.
It's a month's worth of food, which is what we're going to attempt to do. Both of us like food, unfortunately, but we're going to do our best. Make these last us a month. We got some really tasty things. Both of us got a French toast that we're really looking forward to trying. I got only that and one other breakfast meal. The rest I got were all dinners. And there are desserts too, and maybe next time I'll try a dessert or two. I'm very pleased I got them. Really looking forward to trying more. And the site is Top Chef Meals, TopChefMeals.com. So we're back from our insert. Talk a little bit about the website experience, though, because I feel like I've talked a lot. Give them an idea of this really nice web experience they have.
It is probably one of the nicest food delivery websites that I've come across. Everything is nicely labeled. The add to cart buttons and things like that, it was just a really, really pleasant experience to add stuff to your bag and to check out. I had no issues with that. However, I signed up for this website a few months ago before actually placing my order, and I was given a nice happy CAPTCHA, and I could not get through the CAPTCHA to save my life. So I called them on the phone. Their phone number is right there on the website for anybody that wants to call them. And a real nice lady created my account for me, so they were able to do that. I explained the situation, said I couldn't get through their CAPTCHA, and she took care of that for me, and now few months later, they have received my first order.
The other thing that's really nice is a couple things, actually. For one thing, I just think the menu sounds amazingly delicious. They have breakfast, they have dinner, they have dessert, they have soups. So there are a lot of different things you can choose from. Also, the menu starts at like $8.99 per meal, which is pretty awesome.
Actually, it's lower if you have breakfast.
Yeah, if you do breakfast, it is lower if you're doing a breakfast or particularly a dessert. They have some smoothies too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You can definitely find things of interest to you, probably at least, on this menu. What I also like is there's nutritional information on the website. You can see the calories. You can see what's
cooking
in the
instructions.
meals.
Yeah.
Cooking instructions for each meal. The other thing is you can choose your side. So it kind of gives you a default side if you have a meal, a starch, and a veggie. But if you want to change them, you can. Now, your price may change accordingly if you add a different side. But generally speaking, it's going to be pretty close to the original price. Or you can just add the dinners particularly, but the dinners without changing the side if you don't want to. And you've got lots of different choices. Another funny thing that happened is when we placed our orders, and I don't know if this is because the lady who Chris talked to earlier created his account for him and did something on her end, but Chris received an email with his receipt and another email. What did it say? It just thanked you for your order?
Yeah, and the person introduced themselves in the email and said they were so-and-so and welcome aboard. I forget the exact verbiage, but it was that kind of thing.
That day, we placed our orders the same day. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and I never got a receipt. And I was like, what's going on? How come you got your receipt and I've not gotten mine?
And I told her because I was cooler than she is.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. I got a phone call, and I was like, I don't know anybody in this area code that I can think of off the top of my head. What is this? And my ID didn't give me any clue as to what that was, so I was like, okay. And I checked my voicemail a few minutes later, and she goes, "Hi, this is Gabriella from Top Chef Meals. Thanks for your order." Told me where my order was going and when it was supposed to be here. It was just cool.
You know what that means,
was
though?
Neat. What?
That means that you're cooler than I am because Gabriella was the one who sent me the email and you actually got a phone call.
I actually got a phone call, so we know Gabriella's a real person. So I don't know if that's going to change with my next order. It's another way you can get stuff delivered to you during this period of time.
They're just outside of New York City.
If you want to support New Yorkers right now, that could be a way to do it. Keep these people at their jobs and let them make you some yummy food. We were really happy to let you guys know about our experience with this website and this food delivery service.
Thank you, everybody, and stay safe.
We will talk to you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
The preceding podcast is a presentation of Mystic Access, where the magic is in learning. If you are blind or visually impaired and desire to discover how our comprehensive products and services may support and empower your assistive technology journey, we welcome your visit at www.mysticaccess.com. Have a question or wish to place an order via phone? Call us at 716-543-3323. If you have something to share about this podcast episode, press 4 to reach our Mystic Access podcast comment line. Email us at info@mysticaccess.com. Connect with us on Twitter at twitter.com/mysticaccess and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/mysticaccessempower. Would you like to spread the word about our podcasts? Your friends and colleagues may listen and subscribe at www.mysticaccesspodcast.com. If you enjoy our episodes, consider leaving us an iTunes rating and review. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks for spreading the word, and thanks for being a listener. We hope you enjoyed this episode.